The Fantasy Skirmisher.
I think it's time to retire my homemade dungeon set because it is here. Last December I did a late pledge for Dungeons and Lasers, the Woodhaven set, and I did the town level, and oh my goodness, I think I'm just a little bit intimidated. So you can see I've got the core set of the sewers with the water, the dungeon, the townfolk starter set, lots and lots of stretch goals. And I got 2 boxes of the Tudor Mansion, city streets, roof set, 2 parts. Got a stone tower. Got 2 sets of the Royal Castle. More stretch goals. I'm excited to have the giants. And I've got connectors, Woodhaven Doors, a trims pack, balustrades, battlements set, roof set. That's part 2. Stone Tower Fantasy Room, Witch Hunter, and the Ghost Dragon. Talk about a value, and I am going to be painting for a very, very long time. But I can't wait to get this all set up at some point and start making some videos with some games going on. The box also came with a 5th edition D&D campaign. I flipped through it, looks really cool, and it also looks like it's designed to showcase all of the Dungeons and Lasers terrain, not to mention townfolk and other characters that could be used as NPCs and whatnot. I want to take a closer look at this because I have an idea to maybe adapt it to, say, 7TV Fantasy or some other fantasy skirmish game and kind of create a campaign using one of those systems. Let's first take a look at the townfolks because, as it says here in the box, they are the real foundation of Woodhaven. But I'm going to go ahead and start with the Witch Hunter. The shrink has been removed, so let's open this up. This is my first Dungeons and Lasers box that I've ever opened. Oh, that's nice. Comes with instructions. And 1 sprue here. Multi-part, very nice. And let's take a look at the townfolk. Oh boy, that's a lot of plastic. All right, again, looks like good detailed instructions here. Noblemen, noble ladies, washerwomen, scholars, children, knights, a ratfolk construct, lots of town guards. Looks like there's just a really good variety here. Innkeeper, merchant, just to populate your villages and towns. And as you know, there's more and more skirmish games that require you to rescue civilians, things like that, such as Rangers of Shadowdeep comes to mind, as well as sellswords and spellslingers. So these will definitely come in handy, not just for RPGs. So it's hard plastic, so plastic glue would work well with this. And they're all numbered, so they all tie into the instructions. And I look forward to getting some of these built out. Now, one thing I wanted to do is just compare the size to other miniatures I have. So this nobleman miniature here is from Crooked Dice Games, and it's very comparable in size and scale to North Star and the Frostgrave line. And looks like it scales really well there. Speaking of Frostgrave, here's a Frostgrave plastic soldier. Yeah, scale's awesome. And then Reaper miniatures. Reaper tends to run a little larger. And this guy, this monk, is a beast. So he's definitely a little John type. You can see just how much larger he is. But just like people, right? All right. So again, I think there's just really too much here, especially with all these small parts to go over on a video like this. But we're certainly going to revisit this once I get them put together and especially painted. But who knows when that's going to be. All right, the last part here. Wow, very cool bases. Very nice. All right, I'm looking forward to this. The back of the box here, you can see, shows all the different miniatures: gravedigger, merchant, innkeeper, tavern maid, blacksmith, peasant woman, noble people, scholar, male dwarf, washerwoman, child with a cape, elf wizard, and so on and so forth. Swordsman, mounted guards, I guess that's for those larger bases there. Construct, peddlers, ratfolk, more guards, both male and female, different weapons, different poses. So just a great variety, and this was a fantastic value. Next, we're going to look at the core set, the fantasy core set, which of course is the dungeon. And you can see it's got long walls, long floor tiles, regular floor tiles, doorways, no glue assembly, and a built-in grid. And this is a really heavy box. It is just solid, as you could see. So we've got the clips. And I've seen this, as probably you have as well, this on other YouTube channels, because this product has been around for a little while. And one thing that really impresses me is just the level of detail. And it's really deep. It's really solid hard plastic. So it just will paint up very nicely and show lots of depth. There we go. Some hallways there. And you can see the built-in grid. Just it's very seamless, very nice. All right, so this will probably be my first thing that I paint up. Next we have the sewers, the other core set. And there's different colors you could choose from. I chose water. They also had green and red. And I love the brickwork. You know, it's not uniformed. It's very detailed. Also, again, lots of depth. Very, very nice. You could have like kind of wet or grime or something coming out from the holes here. And oh boy, look at that. That is really clear. So before I paint this, I'm going to need to do my homework. I don't want to paint it. I do want to give it a little more definition, maybe some type of ink wash. But I'm going to need to see what other people have done before I do a little test. And then of course paint this stone, the little walkways. And of course we have quite a few of these. And you can see some are curved, like right here. Yeah, so, oh boy, I can't wait to get this going as well. This will probably be my second project. Next we have the city streets. And I'm really looking forward to builds like this, or just maybe massive builds with multiple levels. have all the clips. And one thing I really like about this, it has raised sidewalks. You got the cobblestone. Again, just like the other stuff, very good definition. So what I'm curious is just how much city street I could get from this with the buildings. Because one thing I like to do is build like a plaza or a courtyard, large courtyard, put a market on it. That may require obtaining another city street set, we'll see. And then related to this is the street lamps that you could just pop right in there. So look very nice. Now for the stone tower. It is, there we go, tight fit there. So we've got the clips. Again, nice brickwork, trim for the windows. Got the doors, detailed floors. Which will look something like that. Of course, you could adjust the layouts. And now we're going to take a look at the Royal Castle. I picked up 2 sets of this because one of the things I want to do, this along with the Tudor Mansion, is I want to be able to build up, so that's why I bought the roof set. So this looks like the, let's see here, interior and exterior. So this looks like a brickwork with some maybe stucco that's left over. Just kind of worn away with time. A different pattern for the floors. Very nice. And like I said, I have 2 sets of that, so I could build upward. And then we have the Tudor Mansion. Also have 2 sets. If it's a mansion, I need to build up. So here we have wood floors. Yeah, very nice. Again, just Archon Studios does such a great job with the detail. We also have Woodhaven Doors, which I'm just going to keep in the shrink here because I just want to keep everything as organized as possible. The Fantasy Skirmisher Studios is a small studio, and my 3-foot by 3-foot gaming table is also my crafting table because I live in a small New York City apartment, so I have to try to stay as organized as possible. So here we have the roof set. And what I want to do, of course, is I want to make the terrain more vertical for tabletop wargaming. And so we've got 4 sprues from box 1. And let's see what's in the second box here. Ah, okay. Well, we've got the clips. It looks like we also have the roof trim. So Tudor trim, stone trim, wooden trim, castle trim, double trim. And we'll see how that all fits together. Looks like we've got clips right here. But once we get this on the table and gaming with it, we'll take a closer look at what it looks like. These are the second edition stretch goals, and I've got lots of boxes of the newest stretch goals, so we've got a lot more boxes to open here. Oh, wow. This is interesting. That's a cool wall with a, the dragon in the stones, dragon stonework. Lots of little architectural details. It's just treasure piled up in a corner debris, stones that you could, partial stone walls that you could put in the dungeon. And looks like there's a lot of different elements, architectural elements you could clip into the walls. That's really cool. Really cool. And we've got well, that looks like an undead something or other. Thought that might be a statue, but I guess you could use it as one. Got a large treasure chest. Really super detailed column that's loose from somewhere. The claw. Yeah, this is really nice. And of course, we've got a bridge. Now let's take a look at the second box here. I'll move the first one along. Looks like we have some type of portal door. Some complementary plastic thread. Got a little mouth. Bookcases, more architectural elements. Very nice. Also furniture. Yeah, this is going to take some time, but it will be a lot of fun to paint up. You've got mushrooms, a skeleton that was crushed by a boulder, and another little pile of boulders. Looks like I've got a box with some scrolls. Looks like a dragon flag. More doors. Oh my goodness. Just, yeah, awesome, awesome stuff. And even if you don't invest in dungeons and lasers, their terrain, I think these stretch goals are worth it just for what you could use for your homemade dungeon or anything else you have. This is just great architectural details and scattered terrain. The stretch goals also comes with a assembly manual as well. Looking at this, it looks like there's just some custom stuff for each room type, such as the Dwarven Mines and the Castle Room. Just some really neat stuff in here. Before we get into the rest of the stretch goals, just to share the rest of the Woodhaven items. Got the Battlement set, which I don't think I need to open to share this. It's pretty straightforward. As are the Stone Town stairs and the balustrades. All right, moving on to the rest of the stretch goals. So we got the Phoenix, Hungry Troll, and a Giant. And they all come with their instruction booklets. Oh, that's kind of neat. So this one comes with a market. Lots of pieces here. Some assembly required, huh? I just love the bases. Even their smallest miniatures, you know, like the townfolk, have beautiful custom bases. All right, this is really going to be a challenge for me, not only to put everything together into paint, but also just to find a place to store all this. Next we have a ghost dragon. Some really nice teal green clear plastic. I think I may also do some type of washes for this, just to, you know, maintain the translucence, if that's a word. Very cool. All right, now we've got some large stretch goal boxes to go through. There's 3 boxes left. This is box 1 of the stretch goals. See, there's more characters, terrain elements, themed sets. And it's a big stack of plastic because it's a really wide box. You got a broken wall with a big spider web. A sarcophagus. All right, there's just some really cool stuff in here. Gotta have that sticking out from one of the buildings. Fireplace, mantle, lots of furniture. Looks like some giant dragon slayer bolt or something. Very cool. Looks like I got a giant frog. Some more miniatures. Got some good heroes here. Wow, this is just exciting. Great stuff. All right, and we've got ghostly things. Horses, and looks like got a woman there in a dress. So I'm gonna have to figure this all out, but looks just awesome. Plus looks like another type of portal. All right, and that is just box 1 there. Here we've got box 2 of 3. I'm kind of curious to see what this thing is, but it is just all characters and it looks like everything from children to revenants. And again, lots of beautiful detailed bases of various sizes. Just really something, really cool. And what else do we got here? Lots of small bits, so it's hard for me to tell what's what. Maybe there's some instructions here, but you could just see lots of sprues with lots of plastic. Looks like lots of options as well. And it looks like we got a goblin there, and he's carrying TNT. So he's a rocket launcher. And no instructions in there, so perhaps it is in the 3rd box. In the 3rd box here, looks like we have a lot of furniture. That looks like it's some type of elemental. Looks like we've got barbarian, just other characters. And I just got stabbed. Here we go. Yeah, this is a very thick manual right here. So Baxter, Jester, Kid 2, Lumberjack, Female Elf, an Executioner. Kid 3, Female Orc, a Taxman, Midwife. Oh, that's cool. A Falconer, a Dragon Huntress, Female Rogue, Cleaning Lady, a Prisoner, an Iron Golem, Royal Guard, Dwarf Miner, a Mugger, Happy Peasant, Elf Ranger, Kobolds, Pirates, Female Barbarian. Oh yes, and Sea Earth Elementals. Timon the Tevil. And I'm just wondering what that big giant eyeball character is. Gnolls, got a bunch of gnolls in there. Tentacles, a Necromancer. Yeah, this is definitely going to come into use. Tommy the Real Ghost. Headless Horseman. And wheel carts, just a lot of scatter terrain. All right, so just taking a quick look at some of this here. Wow, it's going to be a large model. Well, I think I know what I'm doing with the rest of 2022. More coins and treasure. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. And this was, again, it's a very good value, good solid quality plastic, and in terrific detail, not just, you know, their dungeons and their building sets, but also the miniatures and the scatter terrain. So very excited about this. This was a Christmas present to myself, and I just got it last week, and I'm just now able to share it with you now that I've converted this back to the Fantasy Skirmisher studios and not a guest room, since I had a relative over. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time on the Fantasy Skirmisher. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.